I am a feminist at heart. I want my
Right.
bitches to tie me up
Can we
because
just
I'm
get
a
bitch on
feminist.
You saw Azula, crazy ass bitch.
Fuck you guys. I don't care what you say. All right? This does count as an anime. What's up, everybody? So we're doing episode 5. We made it.
Let's get it.
We just hit past a month. We're
Out
at
of pocket.
24, 25 subscribers now?
Yeah,
Something like that.
there.
We're over here making moves, doing big things. We just hit a quarter
big
century.
Things.
Maybe.
Yes.
Don't
big
know.
Things.
On my right, as always, is Blackie Chan, the booty bandit.
Yes, sir. Blackie Chan, aka Booty Bandit, aka Surge, aka your mama's booty hole's worst nightmare. Yes, sir.
Ugh.
Yes,
I thought
sir.
when you eat booty, it's supposed to be like something tender. Like you want it to be like a blood scene or a horror scene.
When you eat booty, you want it to be a nice, mature woman who knows what's about to happen. That's what you want.
Don't want them dingleberries up in there, huh?
No dingleberries. We talking about someone who's well equipped in the hygienic area. You know what I mean?
I guess, man.
Just saying.
But today we're gonna be covering Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of our favorites.
Fucking Airbender, man.
And fuck you guys. I don't care what you say. All right, this does count as an anime.
It does.
I understand it was American made. This is a fucking anime. It is
Let
accepted in the anime community.
Let them know.
Fucking anime.
Fuck you.
Fuck all you guys. You fucking nerds.
You. Pussies. I'm glad you brought that up first because that's one of the first things. We started this podcast 3 weeks ago. It's one of the first things we got attacked on, specifically me, because I said my top 3 animes were Avatar, The Last Airbender, and I'm not going to name the other ones, but okay, I'll name the other ones. Naruto and DBZ, but the only one that wasn't quote-unquote anime was Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it's because quote-unquote anime stands for Japanese-based animations. And sadly, according to the entire world, Avatar doesn't fall in that. It's American-based.
Yeah, and I mean, you could make an argument because, what's his face? M. Night Shyamalan definitely whitewashed the shit out of it when he made the show, when he made the movie. Like, let's get all white actors and have them ruin Shane's childhood. That's exactly what he said in the movie.
Right. And like we said on the first episode of our podcast, it ruined more than just the anime. It ruined a part of our childhood because, again, we were trying to fucking amp everybody up for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to tell everybody, yo, this shit, even though it may anime, whatever, anime, this is gonna be fucking sick.
We were telling the world. We were letting
the whole world.
Anybody who would listen, yo, come watch Avatar. It's fucking fire.
And little did we know.
I apologize.
Little did we know they were gonna be calling a motherfucker Ong. And I know I'm notorious for getting names wrong.
It's so fucking frustrating.
If I was hired to make a movie and produce millions and millions and millions of people with purest content of whatever I'm making that movie about, you damn right I'm gonna get the name right, dude. I'm not that ignorant. I'm ignorant in that I will say the name wrong in the act of trying to be funny. But
yeah, I don't think he's trying to be funny. I think you actually don't know how to say the names, and it's fucking infuriating.
No, I think you don't know how to say the names because you didn't even know how to say Naruto for the longest time, Mr. Naruto, bitch. So let's not go there. All right, let's not go there with the names.
All right, name anything else. Anything else that I've named wrong.
Well, I can't. I don't have the list on your head. I don't fucking have the list of names that you got wrong on the top of my head.
And then what did
I? Do you have the names that I have? No. I have listed. Go ahead.
Manga.
Okay.
Who else? Nichiren.
Okay, Nichiren the swords. 2 things you brought up on the podcast.
Yes, and many, many others. But that's two right there.
many others. Many others. Yeah,
I thought you were going to drop a Vinny Vinny Vici there. I don't know what you're doing with your fucking Mr. Miyagi voice.
Yeah, no. Only 2. And there's definitely more that I fucked up. But these are fucking... I don't speak Japanese. Okay?
Right. But
and I'm also not making movies in Japan.
All I'm saying is when I said Naruto wrong, and you corrected me, what was the first thing that came out of my mouth? I was like, why
Oh,
didn't you correct me sooner?
you're like, oh, is that how it's pronounced? No, that's
Yeah,
how what you asked first,
yeah. And then
and then you
I
just
was like,
trusted
why
it.
didn't you tell me earlier? I was like, I've been saying it wrong my entire life, and no one's told me.
Yeah, but that's the difference, though. You knew that you were saying it wrong. I thought I
When
was
you
saying the
corrected me,
Nichiros
that's when I
right,
knew.
but you had a feeling inside of you that said, I'm not pronouncing this shit wrong. Because if you thought you were pronouncing it right, you would have doubled down.
Yeah. The difference is when you told me, I was like, all right, cool, I'll correct it. When I told you, you were like, man, whatever. I'm
Because
gonna
I
say how
thought,
I want to say it.
because I thought that's how it was said. I'm just saying.
Nichiren swords.
I'm
God
just saying.
damn it.
That there ain't no way in hell. I'll tell you what. There ain't no way in hell I'm gonna call Aang Ong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
I'll tell you that right
I
now.
will say each time you've been somewhat close.
I'll call him bald headed Jesus. That's what that's baby Jesus. I'll call him bald headed baby Jesus. That's the
I
best
call
I'll
him
do.
arrow tattooed monk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Well,
arrow tattooed
wow.
monk. Yeah, he's like a hipster
Wow.
monk with all his tattoos.
Wow. Yeah, nice. Good one.
I mean, it's solid. Is it wrong?
I mean, it's not wrong, but it ain't right. Anyway,
All right. So where were you when Avatar
right.
came out and you first started watching it?
Yes, where was I when Avatar first came out? I was a little boy. Um and I was at home just watching Cartoon Network. I'm not sure if it was Cartoon
Nickelodeon.
Network or Nickelodeon. There we go.
It came on Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, my bad. I was watching Nickelodeon, which we always did as kids. And that show came on, and I remember vividly it was the first episode where they find him frozen in that ball. And one of the things that drew
Big blue
me to
balls. I'm gonna throw that
right,
out there. They found him frozen in blue balls, which is exactly what you'd feel if you were frozen for 100 years. You'd have the biggest blue balls, and that's how they found him in the biggest blue ball.
I'm pretty
Point
sure he had a boner as
Shane.
well.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he had a
for
boner as
sure,
well.
he's fucking hard during that.
Oh, for sure. He's got 100 years worth of cum stored up.
Dude.
So seeing that was cool, but the entry, right, the hook to the show was motherfuckers. Long ago, there was a nation, and they showed motherfuckers doing all these karate moves and throwing jabs and shit. But
Yeah,
they showed a
you
firebender,
know all
waterbender,
those.
earthbender. Go
You
ahead.
know all those are based off of real. Each element was based off a different martial art, right?
No,
Okay, so fire is based off of Shaolin kung fu. Um,
Shaolin.
yeah,
Hmm.
like that soccer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Shaolin soccer.
Yep,
Yes,
Shaolin.
where motherfucker was running around with the ball attached to his belly.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Everybody was getting buzzed off of him.
fucking clubbing people.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so
Shaolin soccer,
yeah, fire
fire,
Shaolin.
right?
Earth is not a well known martial art, but I had a friend who practiced, and the my friend Josh, who practices kind of martial art, was the one who actually told me all this about Avatar. And I'm sure you could look it up, and I could have back then, but Google wasn't really a
Well,
thing,
I hope
right?
you did, because they're gonna call you out if you're wrong on
I'm
this.
not wrong. I'm not wrong. I've looked it up since, but he was the
Okay.
one who told me. Yeah, so Earth is Hungar. Very, very powerful movements in Hungar.
Okay.
So Earth was Hungar.
Okay.
Uh, Air is Bagua. And I apologize if I'm mistaken, but I'm a huge fan of fucking martial arts. We're a big fan of martial arts over here at OOP.
You
But
know what OOP?
yeah, yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me.
But Bagua is airbending, and that's like everything's in circles, everything spirals. Because the whole idea of Bagua is you never have your back to your opponent,
Ah,
and so they're always facing
square.
you. So everything is spirals and circles,
Hmm.
and constant movement. So that way your
Okay.
front's
That sounds
always
like
to the
IP man.
Ip Man.
Ip
Uh,
man.
yep,
I call him IP man.
that wasn't his style, but yeah, it is similar.
Wing Chun.
Yep, and
Uh,
then And then
Water?
water is Tai Chi,
Hmm.
which isn't a martial art for fighting,
I was about to say, isn't that like
but old people in the
Tai
park.
Li shit or Suki shit, like Kyoshi warrior type shit? Tai Chi?
Yeah, I'd say I would say the Kyoshi warriors are probably kendo, like disarm your opponent. That's what kendo is made for.
Oh, so like
Disarm your
pressure
opponent.
points?
Yeah, so it was like more of a traditional samurai type martial art. Was kendo.
Okay.
Uh Tai Li was like the whole pressure points. I don't know what kind of martial art that is, but it was
Okay.
about the blocking off the flow of energy and chakra points and all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so that's what the four elements were. They were all each element was based primarily on one specific martial art. So that's pretty fucking cool. But sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, no, that is cool. That is what brought me in was that entry point to a master they showed of water, master they showed of earth, master they showed of fire, and some of those outlines were characters of the show, which I thought was cool. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important part of every anime, of every show, of our podcast is what you do in the first 10 seconds, what you do in the first 20 seconds. Because if you fuck up there, everybody's gone.
Yep,
Motherfucker, you say goodbye to everybody.
yep. And that's where you get Aang's blue ball.
Right. So as a kid, saw the entry point to him being in that big ass blue ball. And that's what hooked me. What about you? Where were you when you first?
I know you're a little younger than me. I can't remember if I was at the end of middle school or the beginning of high school when it came out. I can't remember the exact
Either or.
time for that. I just know I was too old to be watching it.
Mm,
And I remember thinking that as I was watching it, where I was like, I might be too old to tell people that I fucks with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
right.
But by the time I watched it, it had already had a couple episodes out, and I want to say I caught like a random episode, and I want to say the episode I caught was the one where he finds Monk Kiatsu surrounded by those motherfucking skulls.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker bashed him out before they took him.
Right.
He
Yeah.
took down like 30, 40, 50 fucking firebenders.
Yeah, and it's funny you said that because when I first watched it, first saw that episode of him as a skeleton chilling there with all those firebenders around him, I was thinking, damn, man, they did him dirty. But then as an adult, I was like, damn, man, that motherfucker went out like a
Yep,
G. Like, he was hard to take
yep,
down, and he went hard for his people. So that's one thing that I always told you about where I wish they would have shown that battle. I wish they would have shown him in action and the air
as opposed to
nomads.
like the little clips,
Right. Like they had little baby clips, but they didn't have like real clips of what really
motherfuckers
went
getting
down in that
smashed on.
war.
Yep,
Right. There's no way in hell they didn't put up like a legit fight. They made it seem like it was a clean swipe, in my opinion. They obviously lost a lot, but they made it seem like they just wiped them out.
yeah.
And I think it was a lot more rough and a lot tougher than they made it out to be.
Yeah. Now, did your favorite character change from when you were younger watching it and older watching it?
Yeah, so as the show got older and as I got older, you start to realize the importance of character dynamics and what they were trying to do early on versus what they really ended up doing later on and
Mm-hmm.
the impact they had later on. And my favorite character at the very beginning, I would have to
The
say,
grandma was definitely the grandma. I know it
no,
was the grandma. You grandma loving son
definitely
of a
not the
bitch.
grandma.
You
I love
motorboating son of a
mothers,
bitch.
not
I know you did
grandmothers.
it.
I love
I know
mothers,
you
not
fucking.
grandmothers.
That's the
I love
grandmother.
I love mothers, not grandmothers. Okay.
That's the
Uh,
grand of all the mothers.
but part of why I changed was Iroh. So Iroh was my ultimate favorite character. In the end, to this day, I ride with him. But my original favorite character was Sokka. And it was because he didn't have any powers and he's still holding his own. I
Okay.
thought that was incredible that somebody who could not waterbend, could not firebend, any of the other elements, but also grew up in a water tribe watching everybody else bend and be able to fight and still said, no, I'm gonna be up here, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. and figure this shit out. And that I admired because of how much more effort he had to put in. It
Right.
always felt like the characters who had the ability didn't put in as much effort.
Why are you
Sokka, that
banging your
motherfucker was in the
desk,
gym.
man?
He was in the gym. That's why. He was in the gym getting swole.
Why are you so angry? God damn.
Because he was turned up and I was turned up. So that enjoyed it. But then you realize how sneaky Iroh's character was. And you didn't realize, was he good? Was he bad? And then as the show goes on more and more, you'd laugh at certain things that he would do, but you're like, oh, this dude's still a bad dude. Oh, he would do this shit. Oh, but he's still a bad dude. And then you're like, no, that dude wasn't a bad dude. He was planting seeds throughout the entire show. So
yeah,
Iroh,
I watched like watching it as I was older, because I always liked Iroh. Watching as I was older and really understanding it and rewatching it after you know kind of Iroh's whole thing
story,
towards the end.
yeah,
When you watch it now, when you watch it over, knowing
it's a
that,
whole nother level.
holy shit, that motherfucker was a dude.
Yeah, it's almost like if he wasn't in the show, you would have a whole nother perspective on the show.
Right. It was fucking huge. I was like, man, they got me there, because I never would have thought. Like, they slowly, like, and it was always there. It wasn't like they were hiding it. It was always there that he was that fucking dude.
Right, where he learned from the mistakes he originally made. He's trying to save his nephew from making that same mistake. So that shit was raw. You see how powerful he is, which was raw. You see glimpses of how he taught Zuko certain things at times. You're like, yeah, this dude was a dude.
Yeah, I will say. So my favorite character was Aang, and it stayed Aang all the way through. He's always been my favorite. I think Bagua is super fucking dope. I think it's a super dope martial art. I looked into it when I was like researching it. I was like, this whole shit is fucking dope. So all of that shit is fucking crazy, and he just stayed my favorite. But I do have to say the opinion I changed the most about was fucking Katara. Right, the first time I watched through, I was like, Katara's my bitch. I will ride for her. I will die for her. I will do anything she wants. She can slap me with all the water. Get it, girl. I want that water whip coming straight from my asshole. I'm here for it. All
Okay,
right.
that was
I'm
weird.
just saying. Oh, it's weird. It's
sharing.
weird that I'll take the water whip to
Thank
the
you.
asshole with your face deep in grandma's asshole.
Well, I don't talk about a grandma, so that was you.
All right. Well,
I
it's
wasn't
already
talking
decided.
about a grandpa. You were talking about a grandpa.
Now we're on a grandpa?
Grandma.
Think you got dicks on the mind?
No, I don't. Do you?
A little bit. I always got somebody's dick on the mind.
Goku's dick still in your mind?
It'll never leave.
Yeah, I can tell.
It'll never leave.
Said it. Glad you accepted it.
But good lord, dude, she is fucking annoying. Like, as a character,
you didn't like her. Okay.
No, like as an adult, I was watching her. I was like, Katara, shut the fuck up, please.
So like, are you trying to say you don't like opinionated women? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You hit the fucking nail on the head. Women, know your place.
Whoa,
right?
whoa!
Stop it with all the opinions. Toxic masculinity here.
Stay in the kitchen, dude.
I'm a fucking alpha.
Yeah, stay in the kitchen. Know your place, man.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those weird fat nerds who hate women. Who are always on.
No, you are.
Have you noticed that whenever they do those fucking
fat nerd.
Whenever they do those debates, they always have the goofiest looking fucking dudes who looks like he can't pull bitches, and he's the one that debates men's rights.
Of course.
I'm like, come on, man, what are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Like fucking A, man, just get laid. You won't have these opinions anymore.
Yeah, but what made you as a kid, right? Because you as a kid thought about Katara in that light, and then it eventually became, oh, she's fucking annoying as the series.
Dude, it's all the fucking speeches, all the goddamn unwarranted fucking. Oh, we can't lose hope. We still have a. Shut up, Katara. You're so annoying. No one likes the morality police.
Right.
No one likes them. Earthbenders, you should fight. Be proud. Shut up, Katara.
Dude.
Fucking annoying.
Fucking annoying. I get it. But what wasn't annoying about Katara was that bloodbending.
Shit was wild.
How crazy was that?
That was dope.
And that was pretty early. That was pretty early in the series where they
Yeah, that
ended up
was pretty
getting
early.
into that.
Yeah, and she only uses it one more time when she fights
Right.
that dude who killed her mom, which is also fucking annoying. Kill the motherfucker. He
Mm-hmm.
killed your family. Kill the
Yeah.
motherfucker. You can blood bend, you dumb bitch.
Right.
End his life.
Just squirt his blood out his butt cheeks. You know what I mean? Like, just pull all his blood in his veins and put it into his asshole and let that shit go. Squirt all the way
Yeah,
out. And
like
it's
a
just,
dust.
you know how animes, you know how nasty ass anime, I mean, not nasty ass, because all of them are doing it now, but how animes nowadays, there's just coughing up blood left and
Yeah,
right. You know,
yeah.
they get stabbed and it's just blood just
Just have
squirting
his
out.
asshole
Just
coughing
have
out
his
blood.
asshole right there.
Yeah, we seem to be stuck on asses today.
Yeah, because asshole's delicious. Booty
Yeah,
Bandit.
I don't
Like, subscribe. Out of pocket.
fucking nasty.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You fucking nasty.
We're at 23 subs. Let's get it up to let's get it up to 24.
There we go.
That'll get them.
Fucking that this will be the clip that
That'll
finally
work.
goes viral.
That'll work for sure.
That's it.
But
Yep.
make sure you clip that. Clip
Yeah,
that.
that's what's been missing.
Can we clip that, guys?
uh,
Jamie, where are you at? Can we clip that?
Fucking, you went straight to Joe Rogan's guy.
uh, but yeah, bloodbending was wild to see it,
Yeah.
and that really hooked me on to waterbending in general. That was a big reason that I wanted to be a waterbender, was because of bloodbending.
Now the show's pretty old, and I know they came out the Legend of Korra afterwards, and there's plans to make more and do more things in the future. But how do you feel like looking back on it? How do you feel about the graphics on it?
The graphics on it, I think, were ahead of its time, to be honest. Especially the fight scenes, the Agni Kai scenes that we saw, which I think were the first super high level one-on-one, you versus me, let's get it type fight scenes. Everything else was more city based, more surroundings based, more in the moments based. But this was like high level, you versus me, same element. Let's get it on. Let's fight. Let's see what we could do. And you saw that with the Fire Nation, which was even more vicious because, like General Iroh said, the one thing that firebenders don't have is fire doesn't really create peace. In a way. That was one of the biggest lines that Iroh had, where he's like, "Yeah, I love fire.
It's an element of destruction.
It's an element of destruction. What can you set on fire that doesn't ultimately die? So seeing a fight, I think the first Agni Kai fight we saw was Zuko versus General Zhao.
General Zhao, yeah.
Zhao.
Yeah.
He that fight was sick. And that dishonorable motherfucker tried to step in, and then Iroh was like, "Word."
Oh shit. I was actually rewatching this exact fight, and Iroh, one of the weirdest things that's ever happened, Iroh yells, "Remember the basics!" I got fucking chills. Like my hair like stood up like I was goddamn fucking Spider-Man. Like I was getting ready to save the motherfucking day. That's how hype I got when he just yelled that. And I was like, it really didn't, he won the fight after he was losing, and it wasn't that dramatic of a moment. But for some reason it just did it for me.
Right.
I was like, oh, gone.
Yeah. I just think the choreography of that fight put together with those graphics were very solid for how long ago it was. You see a lot of more intense graphics nowadays, more like high level, like blow for blow action. And I think similar to Dragon Ball Z, where it was kind of ahead of its time, you get to see a lot of boom, boom, boom. You saw a lot of those moments in the Agni Kai fight that I liked. Whereas even in DBZ, the graphics there, it was more of like they were fighting so fast that they would clash and you'd see one arm hit. They'd clash and you'd see one arm hit, or boom, boom, boom. You see different things because of how fast. This one, it was very visual. You could see exactly what movement was being made and where they each made contact and where the fire came from on each side. So yeah, the graphics weren't as nice as a fucking Demon Slayer fire, but they were still very solid for its time. What do you think about the graphics?
Yeah, I mean, for the time they were fine. looking back on it, it was probably the best they could do at that time. And you know, when you're watching it, you're like, this shit looks dope. And then 5 years later, you're like, that shit looks like trash. This shit looks dope. So I think it was the best they could do. It was nice to see back then because I remember watching it and thinking that was gonna kick off American anime.
Yeah.
Like everybody's always saw a show, and you're like, okay, American anime is gonna make a name. You know, you had like Samurai Jack come out, and when Samurai
Right.
Jack came out, everybody's like, "Oh
Damn, that
shit,
shit's old.
yeah,
I didn't know that was American based.
yeah, fucking Snoop Dogg, baby, back to the
Yeah.
past, Samurai,
Yeah.
Samurai Jack,
Damn.
watch out."
That's old.
Yeah, but
Holy.
Samurai Jack came out, and we were like, "Yeah,
I
this
remember
is gonna
seeing that.
start out American anime," and you know, nothing came from that. And then you have
Nothing. Died
like the
out.
Boondocks, which is more of like an American anime. Um, and now you have like Avatar that comes out, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna get it going, and fucking
No.
no, it didn't. The
No.
Japanese win. I don't know if you guys know this.
Yeah.
Uh,
What do you think? What would you attribute to that? Do you think that's us being lazy ass Americans, or do you
no,
think
I
that's
think
what do you think happened? Because they had to have
so.
made enough money.
So I think that American anime hasn't kicked off, and I think it's cultural in the sense that I still think we see cartoons for children,
Ah,
and I think that because you know anime's been so heavy and just it's so influential to culture in Japan that they understand that hey,
you can
this
grow
is
with it.
you can grow with it,
It's not just something kids
right?
can see.
Right. And so I'm sure there have been like a lot of American animes that could potentially come out that are fire that nobody could get money behind because it was always just seen as
A kids
a
thing.
kids show.
But kids, there's such a massive market with kids. So even if it was seen as just kids, it's crazy to see that it wouldn't. But like you mentioned, anime has always been on the raunchy side.
Mm-hmm.
So people in America could have seen it as, yeah, we could, but if we water it down too much, are people going to really receive it? And then at the same time, if we amp it up like Japanese anime, is it going to be too raunchy?
Right. Because even Avatar, watching it as an adult, I love it. I still think it's phenomenal,
Yeah.
but it's got a lot of cheese to it.
Yeah, it does.
It's super cheese.
Right. It's by far on the lower end of raunchy in terms of anime in
Right.
general.
It's super
It's
cheese.
very very kid friendly.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, like there's like so a lot of animes I got a pre-screen for Kaishar who's 12 now.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's certain things I want to make sure I skip past, and it's
Right.
usually sexually content, right?
Right.
Usually the sexual content.
Right.
But with Avatar, I didn't have to pre-screen it. I was like, "You're good. You can watch everything."
Yeah. Not at all. I don't think there's any moment where it's too overbearing.
No.
Yeah, and I think that's a great part that we brought up too with the idea that raunchiness. That there we go. That's what I wanted to bring up. The idea that imagine if Avatar took the persona of Demon Slayer in terms of how raunchy it gets, in terms of
Hmm.
heads being cut off, people getting like burnt on fire. Imagine how wild that show would be if they actually allowed you to like legit kill people left and right and super like Toph is smashing motherfuckers with her earth bending and like
I'm still
crushing
convinced some of
people
those people
with
died.
metal bending. Yeah,
It's like the Batman thing. You know, Batman like he knocks people out by punching really hard, beats the shit out of them, but we never actually confirm that they're still alive.
live. Right.
Like they're kind of dead.
Right. Like imagine if you actually saw Batman snap somebody's neck or like punch somebody so many times in the face that they're dead. You know what I mean? It would just be a whole nother element to that show where you're like, damn. And I think that's a big part of American style of even movies where they always feel like the good guy can't kill.
Right.
And anime, the good guy kills left and right. And Japanese anime.
Oh yeah, all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers die on a
there's
regular
no
basis.
there's no forgiving.
Or even the
Uh,
bad guys, they definitely kill.
right, and
I
that's
can't
one
remember the
thing.
last one with a bad guy that didn't die that I watched.
Right, and even with shows like DBZ, where that is more on the Japanese side. Obviously, it was created there, but it still had a lot of watered down aspects to it, where they didn't like really show somebody getting their shit tossed.
Right. Yeah. It was like they would disintegrate.
And that it makes sense as to why Americans took that shit in
Right.
versus more raunchy shows.
Right. All right. So now I know like we were gonna talk about the fights, and I know one of your favorites was Katara and Paku.
Yes, and that was one of my favorites, personal to me, because
You fought
like
your
I said,
master?
you fought.
Is
Yeah,
that
they fought my fucking master. He
is
was
that
like
is that why
IP
it was
man to
so
me.
personal? That's why it
Right,
was so
I'm Bruce
personal.
Lee.
Like you're like I challenged my master before, and I beat him because he wasn't gonna train black people. And so
No,
Katara's
yeah, no,
plight is completely personal to me. That's exactly what you're saying.
yeah, no. Race
You're
had
right.
nothing to do with it. Yeah, no. But IP man trained Bruce Lee. I'm Bruce Lee. He's
Oh
IP
yeah,
man.
of course.
That's what I thought.
All right. Yeah.
So seeing a waterbender Paku at that level was intense for me, as well as the resolve that Katara had, because she wanted to prove that she could fight. She wanted to prove she could hold her own, and you didn't really see a lot of high level waterbending up to that point. You only saw low levels.
Right. Yeah. You would only get it in flashes. There'd be a
Right,
random waterbender fighting or something like that. But I
right.
know after that she progressed quickly because I know it was
Quickly.
after that when they ran into the puppet master,
Yeah,
that crazy bitch
yeah.
who taught Katara how to bend blood,
Blood,
which was
yeah,
another.
bloodbend.
I'm just starting to realize that Katara has a problem with masters.
She does. She always has conflict with them.
Yeah,
Uh,
because the Paku, she fought Paku. She ended up fighting the puppet master chick who taught her how to bloodbend.
uh-huh.
Like, I think Katara's out of control, and someone needs to put her in check.
Oh,
Like,
are you
get your
trying to
hoe on a leash. Bitch is
say?
running wild.
So
All right.
are you trying to say you trying to step in and play that role? You
I
trying to
want
put her in
nothing to
her
do with
place,
her.
or
I know uncontrollable when I see it.
oh yeah,
And that's Katara. Yeah, because she's a morality police, man. She's like, hey, you must teach women. That's why she fought Paku. She's like, hey, you can't bloodbend. It's wrong. That's why she fought that person. She's the fucking morality police. And I didn't realize how well my argument stood until now as we're going
so
through it.
right now,
Until
as
right
I'm
now.
stating that
Yeah, and you know what? It feels
she has an
fucking great.
issue.
It feels fucking great.
So you're telling, but how often have you been taught in your personal life by somebody, and
I
you're
don't
like,
want to
man, fuck
fucking
that?
talk. I don't give a fuck. Fuck my personal life. I don't fucking look that deep into anime, Serge.
No, I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
you.
deep into
I'm not
anime.
you.
I'm
Let me
saying,
let me refer.
how
Oh
many times
yes,
have you
when I
personally
was
been like,
12,
no, how many times have you personally been like, fuck you, I'm not gonna do that. That's
all the fucking
bullshit.
time.
So then why are you acting like Katara's different?
She is. She's. I'm not saying she's different. I'm saying I don't like it.
Why do you not like something that you're doing in your own
No,
personal life?
I don't do that to people. I'm not
Yeah,
anybody's
you do.
morality police.
Yeah, you do. You go, man, fuck that. I ain't doing that shit. That's stupid.
Yeah, but I'm not someone else's morality police. I'm not like you shouldn't do this.
No, she's not saying you shouldn't. She's saying you're
That's exactly what
bloodbending.
she's saying. She's
No,
fighting them because she doesn't want. She wants to stop someone else from doing something.
right, but that doesn't mean that she's saying, oh, you need to figure this shit out on your own. No, this is, hey, you're doing something illegal. There's a difference between morals and then something
All right.
illegal.
So if my friends are like, "Hey, we want to rob a bank," I'm gonna
That's
be
something
like,
illegal.
"Right." I'm gonna be like, "Hey, don't do it." And if they want to do it, I'm not. I'm not fucking water bending at them to stop. That's what
Right.
Katara's doing.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey, you need to stop this,"
But
and they're
something
like, "No."
morally
She's like,
wrong.
"Well, now let's fucking do it." Water bending at them.
Yeah, but something morally wrong is, oh, you spank your kids? Oh, well, I don't. That's a
Uh,
moral difference. It's not illegal to spank
but
your
that's
kids,
not morally wrong to
but
spank
it's
your
not
kids.
illegal. It's illegal to bloodbend.
It's illegal to rob a bank. I'm not going to fight my friends
but
over
it's
it.
not illegal to spank your kid's ass.
I know, but you just said that that's not a good example.
No, I'm saying the example between something morally right and morally wrong versus something illegal is different, because you can have something
Okay.
that's legal,
All
but
right,
you
I see it.
disagree morally.
I got you. Okay. So I guess here's my question then, because I get what you're saying now, and you are right. Uh, but with that being said, do you think she was stopping her because it's illegal, or was she stopped because bloodbending wasn't illegal until Korra?
Well, until they found out that you could do it.
Right, but it wasn't illegal
So,
back then. So
but the
that
second they
trumps your
found
whole
out,
argument.
no, but the second they found out, yeah, they did it. They made it illegal based on a moral argument. I'll give you that. They made it illegal
Yeah, so
based on
when
a
she
moral.
stopped, it wasn't because it was illegal. It was because it was immoral.
Right.
And when she fought Paku based on morals because her learning
Yeah,
would have been illegal. So
but
that
hold
blows
on.
holes in all
Hold
of your
on. No, it
arguments.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because with Paku, that is way different. His the moral disagreement between Paku, who just won't train women to be fighters, is way different than a moral between people who are fucking controlling their blood.
Yes, but she fought them both on the
But are
brink
there
of
not
moralities.
scales? Are there not levels
They got
to
the
a
same result.
morality?
They got the same. There are scales, but
That's
she still
Paku
fought
in
them
it.
equally.
No, she
Did
didn't
she
fight
not?
them equally. She was way more dire or be killed against the Bloodbender than she was against Paku.
It's because the
Paku was
Bloodbender was
more of
more formidable.
well, the Bloodbender was more dangerous.
But still, did
That
she kill
psycho
him?
bitch.
Did she kill her?
You
Yeah,
remember that
she
psycho
was psycho.
bitch?
That was a psycho bitch. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one where
that
you're
was a
like,
creepy
oh shit.
motherfucker. Yeah,
She's over here going like this because he's controlling her blood. You're like,
yep.
oh shit, let's go, get out of here.
Her head's
I'm
about to
not.
spin.
Yeah, she's over there turning her fucking head and shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
that is one
that.
thing they do really good is they, the way they
The
control them. Oh,
yeah, that
dude,
is realistic.
dude.
Realistic as fuck. That was very graphic.
Yeah,
That was very graphic.
yeah. Just
That
makes you
still
turn.
gives me the chills a little bit
Yeah,
here and there.
one of my favorites is the Toph fight.
Oh,
When she's knocking everybody out of the ring, there's a blind bandit when she shows
yeah,
up, and Aang's like, "All right, let's take him." She's like, "Nah, motherfucker, there are levels to this shit. Watch."
right. And they heard about it, right? They were like, "Oh, who's this blind bandit? Let's go watch her." Or they didn't
No,
know it was a
but
girl
this,
at the time.
by the time they fought Toph, or by the time Toph fought the wrestlers,
Uh-huh.
she was trying to save Aang, so everybody knew by then.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of when they first saw that it was a
No, well, when she beat the boulder, I do
yeah.
appreciate that
Look at
boulder.
the boulder.
That was a pretty good impression, not gonna lie. But I appreciate his whole WWE persona.
Yeah,
The
that was a shout out
boulder
to
is
the
confused.
that shit was classic. That shit was classic.
But yeah,
But yeah, Toph's entry in general was really fucking good.
yeah, because she's a fucking
Because
thug.
she was
About
a
that
master
action.
at 12. She was a master earthbender at like 12 years old.
Yeah, I was like, this blind bitch's got some moves.
Yeah, and the idea of her character too, blind, sense the ground, the waves that she would send through that they would show you when she would step. The whole vibe of Toph was fucking sick, fucking raw. And then on top of that, she figures out how to metal bend.
Yeah, her inventing metal bending was fucking dope.
Are you kidding me? And it
That
makes sense though because she has such a heightened sense of feel and touch
right.
that she could sense the minerals in the metal.
Right. Yep.
Just
Since
everything
all the
lined up.
refined, yeah, it was fucking beautifully written. And I might add, she invented that, unlike fucking Katara's bitch ass, who learned it from somebody, who learned her special bending
Yeah,
technique from
slut.
somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah, you learned that, bitch. She
was
invented it. It didn't fucking exist until she got a hold of it. She's
Wow.
a fucking problem.
Wow.
And would dust Katara.
Yeah, and there was one, was it where she had like metal all around her and she was fighting dudes, like where she ended up turning into the Like she had
Yeah,
metal
well,
sheet.
she at the fucking final fight, she went
Yeah.
into like the hot balloon thing and
Uh
fucking took all the metal off. Was fucking motherfuckers up. Fuck
man.
those firebenders, dog.
Oh man, imagine being able to earthbend and metal bend. That is just
Talk about hidden
that's
hills, baby.
the fucking problem.
Fuck dwarves in the ass.
We fuck dwarves in the ass, yup.
Hidden
Rolling 20s.
hills,
raw.
baby.
You
Aim
looking
high,
for a
Willis.
nigga here now.
Aim high.
Aim high. Aim high.
All right, and then so those were two of my favorites, and then the last one we have is that you had listed as a favorite was the Zuko Azula fight.
Yes. That one again was similar to the Agni Kai he had with General Zhao, but this was a whole nother level of connection because they had a history. They fought in before. We had glimpses of her. You saw Azula, crazy ass bitch. So,
can you really
that
even
was
call
a sick ass fight.
Can you really even call it a Zuko versus Azula fight? Because even Iroh was like, "Hey, take Katara with you," because
No, he was, but if you watch the fight back, who was winning?
I mean, she was a little off the rocker.
And who was winning?
But Zuko was winning.
Zuko was winning. And then what was the one thing
but
that made Zuko vulnerable?
How do you know?
What made Zuko vulnerable?
It was Katara, but how do you know she wasn't when she was fighting Zuko? How do you know that she wasn't like doing certain things different because she saw Katara there?
Oh, whatever, dude. Katara,
I'm just saying.
Katara was sitting in the corner like this.
Yeah.
And then she goes into the lightning shit, and then Katara's like, "Oh my, is she about to shoot lightning at me?" She's just standing there.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm just saying,
but still a great fight, and he was whooping her ass, and she got flustered.
Yeah, but even when he didn't think he could take her when he went there, and then he got there, saw she was off her fucking rocker, and he's like, "Hey, this bitch is losing it.
Let me handle this.
Let me do this on my own, so I can get the credit for beating her at her weakest." Fucking bitch ass Zuko.
And he did.
Zuko's a bitch, dog.
Zuko ain't no bitch.
Zuko's a bitch.
Zuko ain't no bitch.
He didn't want to fight her at her strongest. He was all about that action when he realized, he's like, "Oh, she's fucking losing it. Let me fight her alone." Like, okay, you weren't getting ready to fight her alone before until you realized she was fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Are you done?
What are you doing?
That's you. All right. Yeah, he doesn't want to fight her at her.
Bro, you gotta add on like 100 pounds to imitate me, dog.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, that's you adding on 100 pounds.
What are you gonna do?
Fucking stupid. Man. But I don't always consider it, because even then, who defeated her in the end?
Katara.
Yep.
But because he had to jump in front of what?
Do you want me to say lightning bolt?
He had to jump in front of a lightning bolt that was shot at who? Katara.
Yeah. You said what at a weird time there. Like, he shot what? I was like, you really? Big moment? 2 words?
Yeah, and you knew exactly what I was talking about. Wow. Big surprise there, huh? You're
like,
what?
Surprised that I watched
Katara?
Big surprise?
Yeah, I want you to say Katara. Because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You gotta fix your mic. It's fucking shorting out.
Is it? Can't hear me?
No, I can hear you, but when you're yelling, it's like shorting out. Probably because it knows you're full of shit.
Oh, yeah. Is that right?
Walked right into that one, motherfucker.
Yeah, I gotta. Is it good now?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I did not like that.
Is it good now?
I want you guys to know that's gonna be a fucking bitch to try and edit.
Is it better now?
And if I can't fix that, I'm sorry, everybody, for this jackass to my right.
Oh, because I knew. Okay. Because I knew beforehand.
I apologize.
I
sincerely am sorry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into our fucking verses. Let's get into the verses. So first up, you wanna bring up the first one? So we got one each.
Sure. Katara versus Todoroki from My Hero Academia. So
Ooh,
Katara
that's
from
actually a really, really
Avatar.
good one. So I think this
Yeah,
is the first time we've ever had one where it's not like clear cut right then and there.
right. Because you already know what I'm about to say. Katara's bloodbending. Holy shit.
Here
That
we
is
go.
how does that, how do you beat that?
All right, and we're talking Todoroki where he's at now in the last
Yes,
season that we watched.
correct. The most recent season
He
of
he
which
fucking
there's season
mashes.
6.
Yeah, I think
There's
so. 6 or 7.
six or seven.
He
Either way.
mashes Katara. I think he mashes Katara
So you think he
because
just mashes her?
I think he
It's
mashes her,
easy.
and I think I don't think it's that easy. But I
Oh,
think the reason he wins is because he has the fucking long range attacks. She doesn't have a long range attack like his, where he fucking throws that fucking wall of ice at the motherfuckers.
yeah.
She
But
doesn't have anything like that that goes that big or that far.
you
So
don't think she would ever throw like a big chunk of ice at him or any type of water move?
like she could, but when have we seen her do anything far away?
Well, I mean, yeah, all of her fights have been close range. I can't think of one fight that has been far range.
Yeah, and it's because they're covering up her weaknesses, man. Her weakness is the long range, which is why Todoroki gets the win.
They're not covering up shit.
They're covering up.
Every other
This
element
goes
is a
down.
close.
This goes all the way to the government. Okay, this is all the way at the top. All the way at the fucking top. I'm letting the people know the aliens are real.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Area
Yeah.
51.
Let it out. Let it out.
Is that it? Is it Area 51?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yes. It
Okay,
is.
cool. I got
You're
that
right
right.
there. You did.
All right,
You did
fuck
get
me.
that right.
I was a little worried about that after I said it. I was like, I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, it is. And
The
all
long
the
range
other
attacks.
elements are close range attacks. So that's why Katara has only fought close range. She's
And
never had to fight anybody long range.
and he still has fire. So I do think his ability to freeze will fuck with him a little bit because Katara is a problem. So I think him freezing up could potentially be a problem. But she can only bloodbend on a full moon. So can we even really consider that a skill
but
in this fight?
okay, well, I guess from what we know, she can only bloodbend during a full moon.
Yeah, because they even say in Korra that that one bad guy is Yakone is the only one who's ever been able to
It's
bloodbend
only
during.
done it.
Yeah,
He's only done it. So
but
I mean,
if
the
Katara
idea.
had done it, don't you think they would have mentioned that?
No,
You
and
don't
I
think
don't
they would
think.
have mentioned it?
No,
Yeah,
no,
because she's the
I don't think they
morality
would have.
police. You're right. I think you're right.
She's the moral. You
She's the
can't.
morality police. So there's
Right.
no way they could ever admit that in public.
She didn't even ever bloodbend since.
Fucking cover up.
She didn't ever bloodbend since.
I mean, do we even know that to be true, or is she
See,
just
but
a
that's
fucking
what I
liar?
mean. But that's what I mean. We don't
Is she
know.
one of those morality people that
So
that fucking always lie?
But in that fight, she wouldn't bloodbend off of her morality. So assuming it's character based and you're
Okay.
only going to have from the character's perspective, then she wouldn't have never even used bloodbending on him. Which I think, yeah, Todoroki without her using bloodbend has to win. Only in the event that they're not on the North Pole. So like if they were at the North Pole, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, the North Tribe, Water Tribe area where there's no sun, no anything like that.
Okay, so like at nighttime,
right?
So we're thinking of her
pool
at
of water,
her absolute
nighttime.
strongest.
I think she outlasts him
I don't
because
think so.
I think she's stronger on the water side than he is. He can't.
Yeah,
he
I agree with you on that.
He can't turn water into like liquid that's sharp. Where Katara could turn water.
Yeah,
into
he
sharp
can't.
liquid.
He can't form water.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
yeah. He
ice.
can't. He can't form water, but he can freeze water that's coming at him. So the only thing I can think of is like that big wave. That's the only one I could think would overpower him. Is that big wave she can make? If if the conditions are right, if the moon's out, if they're at the North Pole, and all that stuff. So the conditions have to be right. But if they were right and she threw that big wave at him, he would fucking freeze that whole motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's too overwhelming in that circumstance, and it's too overwhelming in a circumstance where she could ever use bloodbending. If she's allowed to use bloodbending, it's over. But like you mentioned, if it's just a normal everyday life setting, I could see Todoroki using both to hit more so his advantage. But then again, Todoroki's not a hand-to-hand combat kind of guy.
Are you arguing against yourself right now?
He's not a hand-to-hand. He's not.
Is this one of those I have
what I'm
nobody to play chess with?
No.
So
I'm
sometimes you
saying-
got to play chess with yourself.
No, I'm saying that I see where he's at in terms of his advantage, but his advantage also is not hand-to-hand combat.
Well, I mean, the only time. So let's look at this from a perspective of the only way Katara would win, right? So the only way Katara could win, so many things would have to work out in her favor. Like the conditions would have to be just right. She would have to be at the North Pole. The moon would have to be out.
She just have to be
and it
near
would have
a big
to
body
be,
of water.
And it okay, so near a big body of water, it would have to be at nighttime when the moon's out and the sun's not there. And on top of that, it would have to be a full moon so she could bloodbend.
Nah, it wouldn't have to be a full moon. I
She
think
could only
wipes him out.
She could only bloodbend on a full moon. I don't think
if it's nighttime in front of a big body of water, I think she wipes him out.
Yeah, we're creating an absolute, the main scenario where she'd win, like a guaranteed victory. She'd have to bloodbend for a guaranteed.
That's
victory.
A guaranteed, and that's what I mean by that. Is like that's guaranteed. Those circumstances are guaranteed.
I still think Todoroki dusts her up.
What circumstances do you think Todoroki guaranteed wins?
Every other circumstance.
Like just sun time.
I think on a Tuesday I could call Todoroki. He'd mop bitch up for me real quick.
And because he can throw about big ice and he could launch fireballs.
That's exactly why. Yeah, you hit my point.
So because he can launch
nail
fireballs
on the head, buddy.
So you didn't see Katara beat the shit out of Zuko multiple times.
Okay, this is the same Zuko you were saying could mash up Azula.
Yeah, who did mash up Azula.
Okay. And Katara was the weak one in that fight, but now she's so strong she could defeat Zuko.
Who whooped Azula?
Make up your mind, Serge.
Who whooped Azula?
Is she strong or is she not? Who whooped her? Katara.
Next to what? A small body of water.
A small body of water, and she was a firebender. Todoroki has both.
Okay.
He has fire and ice.
And he could have froze the ice.
They named a book after him. They wrote a whole show about it. It's called Fire and Ice, or Game of Thrones as you know it.
Whatever,
all right?
Dude.
Dude's a problem. All right? So my verses, because I think we've established here Todoroki wins.
I don't think we have.
I think we have. I think the second we start getting into condition. Oh, okay.
I think it's 50-50.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, we know who the heel is in this conversation.
Whatever, dude. You don't think there's any competition in any of these fights? You don't think anybody has any skill other than the person you like? That's your problem. You just think anybody you like just destroys everybody else.
I only like strength. So yeah.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
So yeah. If I only like strength, I think you're right.
All right. Who was yours?
Mine was Iroh versus Endeavor.
Iroh versus Endeavor.
Yep.
Oh, now that is a fucking fire one.
Yeah, I think so. Initial, just right off the bat before we even start arguing. Who do you have winning?
I have Iroh.
I have Iroh winning too.
I have Iroh winning.
There's no way he's gonna lose to a fucking career-long number 2.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here, Endeavor. Go
Especially,
eat ass.
We only saw old Iroh. We saw old. And you remember Sozin's comment where he's breathing and shit?
And he's like, I can feel the strength.
And he's just fire, just a circle of fire. He's just he always talks about how it's in the breath, and they call him the dragon. They named him the dragon because of his ability to breathe fire out of his mouth.
Yep. Sure do. Yeah, he's a problem. I think Iroh wins it. I like Endeavor. I like Endeavor a lot, actually.
I do.
I like him more than I ever thought I would. They do such a good job in that show of just building their characters. It's fucking insane.
Endeavor reminds me a lot of Vegeta in terms of his growth.
Yes. That's a really good example. He is a lot like Vegeta in the fact that he's always number 2.
Yep. Always number 2.
Always number 2. Yeah, y'all didn't see it going that way, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great comparison because those are 2 high-level firebenders. I just think, again, there's a more martial arts perspective from the Avatar realm than there is that realm. So, yeah, he does firebend, but he firebends with
Yeah,
martial art and
so
stuff.
it's interesting, right? So it's like in Avatar, all their bending is an extension of who they are and what they do. In MHA,
It's genetic.
their quirk defines who they are. So it's
Yeah.
almost a complete opposite
Yep.
of what it is. And I think that's probably why we found so many matchups when we were talking, because we could have went all day with the matchups,
Yeah.
and trying to figure out who versus who. We could have compared people all day with people from there. Because I thought about comparing Aang to the fucking wind dude who went to Shiketsuki High or Shiketsu,
Who went to
the wind guy who was like crazy intense, who kept headbutting the ground.
Oh yeah. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
That would
so I
be a
was,
good one.
see, that would have been a good one. So like I thought of all these different ones, but because of it was so elemental, I kept thinking
Right. And
with
I mean,
MHA.
yeah. Yeah, it was good, and even with the Endeavor one, back to that, it was the advantage I see with Endeavor is his mobility. So his
Yeah,
ability to
to
fly
fly and move around.
and move around. If he could find out a way to maintain mobility while fighting, then I think that's the only chance he wins. And even then, Iroh is still just he's too smart, he's too savvy, he's too elusive.
He's such a thug, man. He's
Yeah,
such a fucking thug. Like this
yeah,
motherfucker took on dragons and shit.
right. And even I would argue that a prime Iroh is like John, where you remember John was
Mm-hmm.
floating in the air
And he's like,
on his, and he was
ooh.
bursting up
He
in the
was
air,
like, he was,
putting up
he
those
was,
big
yeah,
walls.
he was like fucking conducting a fucking orchestra with fire. He's like,
Yeah,
ah,
right. And
ah,
he's floating in the air off of
ah.
those boosts. And I think Iroh could do that back in
Oh
his
yeah,
prime.
oh yeah, for
He
sure.
just wasn't because he's so
Yeah,
old at
I
that
think
point.
Iroh does Endeavor.
Yeah,
I think that's a. I
that's
still
more of a
think it's a good
straightforward.
fight. I still think it's a good fight because Endeavor, the thing he can do
That
well
dude
is endure.
endure. Yeah,
And so,
it's his name. Hey,
hey, we figured it out.
Endeavor can endure.
Hey, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe for more out of pocket content.
But yeah, but so I think it would give him problems, and he might be able to outlast Iroh, like
Yeah,
maybe. But I think Iroh takes him. I think Iroh wins that all day.
right. Yeah, I don't see any other point to make.
Yeah. So
But
do you
go ahead.
go? No, did you have something to add on that?
No, not on that.
Okay. So do you think an avatar would work in today's world?
Yeah, and that was around the realm where I was going to get to, because the idea of an avatar, right? Somebody who can enter an avatar state, which gives you the knowledge of every other past avatar, and it essentially makes you OP. You can do pretty much anything you want. In today's world, that aspect of that much power with no other elements, are we talking about elements that everyone else has as well, or are we talking about just our today world with one avatar?
Our today world, like, so let's say we're living, like, we have all of the same things we have now, but we're living in the avatar world where we're still segregated by nations. So I guess the first question would be, what nation are you in? What are you bending?
Okay. So in that case, where there are still nations, but today's world with all the technology and shit,
Right. Yep.
I would 100% be a waterbender, only because I jerk off to bloodbending. I think
On
that
a
shit is
regular
fucking
basis. Yeah,
raw
sometimes we
on
gotta
a regular
masturbate
basis.
to blood bending
Yeah,
using blood bending.
right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's a sexual thing for sure. But I think it would be sick. I think it would be sick. I think there would be a lot more deaths, in my opinion, because
Oh, for
it's
sure.
just so tribal. You know
For
what I
sure
mean?
there'd
And
be a lot more deaths. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
then that
Constant wars. There wouldn't be
right,
a
like
100 year
constant
there.
war.
It would be all the fucking time. Yeah.
Right. That's one thing I would say is happened way more than what the show portrayed. Because the show portrayed one person dominating, one nation dominating, and I don't. I think it would just be an all out fucking shit show
Yep,
in terms of war.
100%. And I don't think the air nomads would be monks, but fucking waterbending. Like I know waterbending itself is cool, but out of all four of those, I think Tai Chi is the most useless of the martial arts. So you'd
You could
essentially be
you
a
could
Tai
think
Chi
whatever you
master,
want.
man. And that's why your opinion is trash and your trash is
Yeah,
expensive.
and then when you're fucking up here like this, and I'm blubbing the shit out of
Dude, I
you.
just won't come around you on a full moon, man.
Oh yeah, good luck. Because they call me
I'm
Zacone.
gonna come find
They
you.
call me Zacone, so good luck.
Okay. All right. I don't think they call you that. I
Yeah, they
think that's
will.
made up.
They will once I have your penis. Once I have your fucking
Jesus
blood in your penis,
Christ.
fucking so hard that it explodes.
You're right. So you're gonna do all this, become a waterbender just to give me a fucking boner that I haven't had since 12.
Yeah, and it's
Just a
gonna
fucking
fucking
rock.
explode, and you're gonna just, yeah,
and just
have
just
fun.
go from a he him to
Are you gonna pick an element, you bitch? Are you
a
gonna keep talking shit?
I was planning on continuing talking shit for at least
Yeah,
5
that's
more
what it sounds
minutes.
like. That's why you wanted me to go first.
I sure did. I sure did. I
You
love
pick,
I love talking shit.
Mr. Useful. What are you gonna pick? Earth? Because we're on it. There's always Earth around.
That I didn't think about that. That's a really good idea. But no, there's always air around. So I'm gonna be a motherfucking airbender.
Oh yeah.
Bagua is fucking
Oh
dope.
yeah. You're gonna
Um
be all right, Jahir. What's up? How you doing?
oh fucking Jahir's a fucking thug. We're not gonna get into that, but for sure, I'm killing people the same way. I'm putting the air around them. All right, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Shane, what are you
Oh,
doing?
you can't breathe?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, Shane,
Oh, I'm
you cooking
sorry.
right now? You cooking? And I'm like,
You just
nah,
sitting
man.
there.
Nah, man, I'm killing. I'm killing motherfuckers. It's what I do. I'm fucking crazy.
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
kill them. Yep. They'd be like, oh, you must be like beating something with a whisk. I'm like, nah, I'm sucking the air out that bitch.
All
Just
right.
whoop,
Let them know how you really
whoop.
feel.
I'd be an airbender. Right? Nothing you can say about that. I'd dust anybody as an airbender too.
Yeah, so you like flighting then? Flying. Then.
Flighting.
Yeah,
And then he
you like
corrected it
flying
with
then.
flighting.
Yeah, you like flying then. That's what I
Yes.
said. Flying.
Yes. Although I am scared of heights, so I think mine would be more of a hover.
Nice.
I would be like
Nice.
hovering,
Awesome. So you be like Zenitsu. You be fucking scared of your own power.
100%.
That makes sense.
100%. Or I'd be like the Juggernaut off of Fire Force,
Oh yeah,
where he's
yeah,
afraid of the fire. And he's
yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah.
y'all are supposed to get rid of my
Woo!
fire powers.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
Yep.
enough.
I would
Fair enough.
definitely
But
choose that.
what do you think about an avatar in this world? How do you think that would play out?
Too much power for one person. I think each avatar would die from assassination 100%. I think
Oh,
that the whole nation, because think about it, he doesn't operate within a nation, right? And we
right.
saw that issue when you look at like Tony Stark, when they're like, hey, they tried to seize him because they're like, you can't operate outside of the government.
Right.
And so you can't just go and do what you want. So I think that's too much power for one person. And people with their mindset now, they'd be like, fuck you. You either give us this power on your own or you
Right.
fucking die. So I
Well,
think they would either be testing him or
the crazy part is that they get reincarnated.
right.
So you can kill them as many times as you want. Another one's popping up.
Okay, that's fair. So then with that argument, I would say that it's still too powerful. They would get assassinated by other nations, right? Because you'd be born into the different nation. And whoever the avatar is born into would then become the most powerful nation.
Right.
So
That'd be a more interesting dynamic to see how each nation reacts to each avatar that they get, right? So how based on because it takes a while to get back to your nation, right?
right,
That's I would assume a couple centuries, like 3-4 centuries. So
right. Yeah, probably around
uh
3. Yeah.
yeah. So the idea of it taking a century to get to your
And
nation
it would
and
change the
how
balance of power.
intense. Yeah. Whew, man.
Yeah, I
That'd
mean,
be
but like think
crazy.
about it. Think about it. With today's people, could you imagine somebody showing up and like bending around and them being like, "Hey guys, stop this fighting, please. I'm the avatar." I'd be like, "Motherfucker, kick rocks, you little bitch."
Right.
And I'd keep it moving.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here."
Right.
They'd be like, "Oh, I'm the avatar." Then I'd be like, "I'm Shane. What the fuck you want, dog? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This
Uh-huh.
doesn't concern you,
So
bitch."
you'd have a big ass you'd be walking around with a big ass dick. Is that what you telling me?
Big dick swinging.
Just big dick in
They'd
everybody.
call me Big Dick Shane. Everybody.
That's how it would be.
I'd throw it out on the table. Blah.
Yeah.
Just
And then
split
you'd be
out.
just like Toto. What kind of bitches you like?
Yep.
What kind of bitches
100%.
you like?
Yep. Fucking love me some Toto.
Yeah.
But I don't think he works. Do you think he works in today's world?
Who works?
Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he'll have to work because if he actually does take on the goal of trying to keep peace and trying to maintain balance, then you're gonna be working 24/7. You're gonna be on the clock like what's his face,
Yeah, fuck that.
Nanami. You're gonna be like Nanami. You're gonna be
Just
on the
mad
clock,
and bitter
man.
at the fucking world all day.
Yeah, just oh man, I gotta fucking work till 8 tonight.
That fucking
That
sucks.
I'm clocking out at 6. God damn it.
Yep.
But he it would be interesting to see what they would send him on, how he would handle shit. So would he just straight up kill? Like the idea of killing people with elements is where I'm at, where it's like, dude, how ferocious would the deaths be in a world like that?
Ooh.
Like you
where
don't
we're allowed to
die
kill.
easily if
Oh,
you
yeah.
die from elements.
Yeah, but I think we established at the beginning this motherfuckers would be dying left and right.
Yeah, you have a
bending was
meeting
a
with
thing.
everybody. All right, can we have a meeting about
All
style
these.
in which we kill people?
Can we
Because
stop?
this could get pretty, like suffocating people with air, crushing people with rocks,
I'd be doing all of it.
drowning people with water, making their blood squirt out of their fucking bodies as a blood bitter.
Might be a problem. It might make the news. Might
Gruesome
cause some
death.
issues. Today at 12, we have another Earthbender destroying the Water Nation. And let's go live to you, Dan, with the news.
Right. Yeah, it was a shit show today. People got his head exploded. That's all I can say. I think it was an airbender. I think he put air in his head
and just
made it expand. I don't know, Jen.
It'd be a fucking wild, wild west for sure. And I can tell you right now, like in the Legend of Korra, ain't no fucking way no metal bender is ever gonna stop me from bending. Y'all motherfuckers kick rocks.
Metal benders are no joke.
Yeah, they kick rocks on me. They don't want these problems. Big Dick Shane's in the house.
Right.
All right.
Good luck.
Avatar couldn't stop me. All right. If I wanted to kill this motherfucker, Avatar ain't doing shit. And guess what? Neither are the metal benders. All right. Yeah. And I would have the best lawyer money could buy.
Yeah, we definitely eventually got to do an episode where we think which anime has the biggest trump card.
Oh, for sure.
So we got to do that.
Yeah, we just got to get you deeper. You just got to get caught up on some animes.
Of course. But eventually we're gonna do one where we talk about that for sure.
Absolutely.
But for this one, who would you date? To round it out, who would you date from the show?
That's easy. This is light work. It's an obvious choice. It's everybody's pick. It's fucking Azula, baby.
Not my pick.
Azula. I would date Azula. All right.
Why the fuck would you date that psycho?
Okay, first off, this bitch is crazy. So the bedroom is popping off for sure. It's not even close. We're doing weird shit. I'm tickling her asshole hairs. Like, she's fucking got me licking her gooch. Like, shit's getting fucking weird. She's got my legs up over my head. You know what I mean? Like me and her get down like that. All right.
Who's the bitch in your relationship?
So first off, she's wifey. Okay. She's not someone I'm just dating. That's wifey. You never have to.
How quickly you gonna propose?
Day of. Whenever she allows me, because definitely I'm living in her world if I'm dating her. All right? And think about it. You saw her when she went to that island place, right? Or the beach. You saw her talk to other dudes when they thought she was a bad bitch, because we all know she's a bad bitch. It didn't go well for her or them.
What makes you think it's going to go well for you?
Because I'm dope.
How would you approach a girl like that?
Ooh, okay. I'd be like, oh shit, all right. okay, all right. I'd be like, hey, Fire Queen, how's it hanging? You need me to do something for you? I got you. Like, whatever you need, I'm here for you. And we'd fall in love right then and there. Like, I would be her go-to guy. I would keep problems away from her. I would devote myself to her.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I would bow and be like, I'm your loyal subject.
That's the best the pickup comedy Hashira could do?
I don't think my name's the pickup comedy Hashira.
I'm pretty sure that's his name.
I don't think so.
Unbelievable.
I'd be like, oh shit, are these blue flames magic?
Oh, Jesus.
All right? Because I just fell in love. Okay? I see the light. And I'm not talking about the lightning you just shot out. Hey, that's fucking gold. That's fucking gold, and that definitely bags Azula's crazy ass. Because you saw guys try and talk to her, it's not working well. So not only are guys not gonna talk to her, but she's not gonna cheat because she can't cheat because nobody will fucking talk to her.
So
That's fucking loyalty.
you're gonna see her chain up and gonna come walking in like one of the guards. Oh, doing Azula, how you doing in there?
Yep,
Big
that's
fan.
exactly it. Big fan.
Big fan. Heard you and Zuko got into it and shit.
Ah, shit.
So can I have your number?
Can I have it? Can I get it?
Can I
Can I
have
have
it?
it? Well, your
Can I
boyfriend
have
at? Is he
it?
big? Is he black? Is he coming back?
Your boyfriend. Your boyfriend.
Yep. But you gotta admit, just as far as looks wise, you take the crazy out of it. Zula's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch, but she's crazy as hell.
That makes for
Type
more fun. I'll never be bored.
Slit your neck.
Oh yeah, that's the way I like them.
All right.
Who you got? Who are you dating?
Moving on.
Who are you
I
dating?
would be dating and marrying Princess Yue.
How you gonna marry her? She's got to turn into the moon.
I'm becoming the moon. I'm gonna go with her.
You're part.
I would have stepped in that water with her and said,
All right, so how are you approaching her? How are you gonna pick her up? Because she's a goddamn princess.
I would have. First of all, I would have had to whoop Sokka's ass because he's stepping in the way.
Light work. Yeah, get the fuck out of my way.
And yeah, I'm a waterbender, so therefore I can easily beat him. And then once I bitch slap him, like Kodaki bitch slap Tanjiro.
Yep.
Once I bitch slap him, it is sweet, smooth sailings on a nice dinner, on a boat, on a yacht, somewhere out in the ocean.
So you would slap
water.
So you would slap Sokka. And then you would do exactly what he did and take her on a boat. So you would just step in his place.
No, he took her on a boat. I took her on a yacht.
Oh. On a yacht. Oh, okay. On a yacht.
On a yacht.
All right. Yeah.
Right,
on a yacht.
Oh, in a box. Right.
All right.
So we on a yacht. It's all paid for by me, of course. And
of course,
I would wine and dine her. She's one of those. She's one of those. I would raise about 4 or 5 of your children type, and that's what I want.
So you're gonna raise 4 or 5 of her children?
No, she's gonna raise 4 or 5 of my children.
Oh, okay. You want to have 4 or 5 fucking kids?
That would be amazing.
That sounds
in a perfect world.
That sounds fucking awful.
In a perfect world, that'd be great.
I got 2, man. Fuck them kids, dog.
Fuck them kids, man. But her cuteness, the white hair.
Oh, I am a fan of the white hair. Jesus. You like submissive women. You want your women tied up and brought to you? Is that what you're saying, Serge? You want them tied up and brought to you.
No.
That's the only submissive I'm thinking of. What is there a different type of submissive?
Yeah, and you want one tied your ass up.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That is exactly what I want. That is exactly. I am here for women's rights. All right, guys. I am a feminist at heart. I want my bitches to tie me up because I'm a feminist.
On the screen, please. Thank you. That she was very soft. She was very
soft.
Sweet.
Okay, sweet.
She was very I don't know, perfect. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right.
If you could put perfect in a word, it would be Princess Yue.
That's 2 words.
If you could put perfect in 2 words, it would be Princess Yue.
I appreciate the way you stopped on that. You're like, oh shit, that was 2 words. I wish we all could have saw your face as you realized that was 2 fucking words.
And notice how I go right into the correction too. We got you can't harp on the
no.
We move on to the new.
All right. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and put a bow on this. We got 2 out-of-pocket opinions for today. So the first one is going to be that the live action by Netflix will be the best anime adaptation to this day. And it's not even going to be close. They're going to fucking blow it out the water. Do you agree?
I don't necessarily agree, but I do hope. I hope 110%. I hope that live action is everything that we lived up to, and only because of what M. Night Shyamalama's bitch ass did.
Fuck you,
bitch.
Bitch ass bitch.
Bitch ass bitch.
Crazy bitch. Stupid ass
Fucking
bitch.
pussy.
Crazy bitch.
You put that. This is the reason I'm saying what I'm saying now, because of you, bitch.
Tell him.
Because I got excited about a movie where I was like, "There's no way they could fuck up this movie."
Tell him.
What did they do?
They fucked it up. Yeah.
They fucked it up.
Yep.
And not
What
they. You fucked it up.
You sure
bitch.
did. You bitch.
And you know exactly who we're talking about.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. Shamaladi's nuts in your mouth, bitch.
Ooh, that might be sweaty too.
Again, that energy, I hope, gets portrayed.
It's got to be
live action.
It's the writers producing it. The writers who wrote Avatar are actually the ones making the show. So there's no, and and their budget's insane. Like there's no reason for it to be bad.
Oh man,
they have to make it good.
If this is bad, dude, if this live action is bad, we're not talking about Avatar again. Other than the fact that we say it's bad.
Agreed. Unless we're shitting on the creators. Yeah, we're gonna shit on the creators. And by then we'll have like 30 followers. And all of them will know that you guys are trash.
Yeah.
Just let them know. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Second out of pocket opinion. Okay. Zuko, not Sokka. Zuko was the ladies' man. He was the smoothest operator on the fucking show.
State your claims.
Everybody knows this. Okay.
State your claims.
All right. Let's talk about this. Is it May or Mai? This bitch. Mai. Okay.
Oh, wait. Is it May? I'm pretty sure it was Mai.
Well, his bitch.
Yeah.
His main bitch. His main bitch. His bottom bitch, if you will. If you're in the pimp game, I don't know.
See, that you already fucked up. You should have said main bitch. If he was a player, you would have known that. But whatever. Right. Keep going.
All right. I called her the bottom bitch.
Keep going.
All right. So his bottom bitch. She's a baddie. That's for sure. Think about
that's
it.
A ride or die.
All these women are hunting for this motherfucker. Okay? So, Azula.
Okay. That's her sister. That's his sister.
All right, and when has that been a problem in
Thank you for bringing that up, jobless reincarnation.
When has that been a problem in anime?
Thank you for bringing that up, jobless reincarnation.
Okay, so his main bitch, his sister, and sexy ass Ty Lee. All three of them.
Wasn't about him.
They were all chasing him, weren't they?
Yeah, to get to.
But they were chasing him, right? I didn't ask for context. I just asked if they were chasing him.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I didn't ask for context. I just asked if they were chasing. Were they chasing him?
That's what we're gonna do.
Were they chasing him? Were they chasing him?
What we're gonna do today.
The answer is yes. That's why
the answer is no.
They were chasing him.
No.
So
they were not.
So they were chasing him. All right. Then who else was chasing him? Fucking Katara. Katara was all about that motherfucker. Toph was chasing him. Toph wanted a little piece of that. She was like telling him about her whole life. And she was like, oh yeah, when I was a child, this is that. She was trying to bring a motherfucker in. Okay. Who else? That chick, you remember when he stole that horse? Or that fucking horse thingy, that fucking ostrich shit that he rode in the Earth Kingdom? From that family? Yeah. That daughter, she was trying to fuck. That's
all
it.
You got?
Is that all? That's a lot.
Is that all you got? Because the only two out of there that actually wanted to fuck him were the Earth Girl and Mai. So now that you're done, we're gonna talk about the real player, the real playboy, the real thriller in Manila, and that is
in Hong Kong.
And that is my boy Sokka. And we all know this is very well known. Sokka had obviously Princess Yue.
Mm-hmm.
He had Suki, the Kyoshi warrior,
mm-hmm.
in which all the other Kyoshi warriors wanted him as well. Just wanted to point.
I think it was just Suki.
And then also Ty Lee was constantly flirting with him through each time that they fought. And
one more.
But wait, there's but wait. Fucking what's her face? Toph had a moment where she was flirting with him and got blushed.
Yeah, and that's like a whole fan thing too. Like they think Sokka's one the parent of one of her kids.
I wonder why. My man is pulling some Paul some Paul from Jobless Reincarnation.
I think that's 4 to my 6. So I'm just saying I listed off 6 bitches. You listed off 4. So I think you just proved my point for me. There's
Yeah, you
6.
can keep
All
living
right.
in your dream world as much as you want.
Hey, it's my dream
But
world.
the community
So
is gonna
yes,
know.
I will keep
That's
living it. The community
but I just
knows.
said it was your dream world.
Yeah,
You're like,
it is
hey,
my
it's
dream
my
world.
dream world.
It is my dream world. That's right, motherfucker. Don't you forget it. This is my dream now. You're in my house now, Grandma.
You're in my world now, Grandma.
All right.
Check the name tag.
Well, guess what? Now your back's gonna hurt.
Because you just pulled gardening duty.
Anybody else? Anybody else's fingers hurt? Oh,
Great
shit!
movie.
Yeah,
Great movie.
but that was 6 bitches, or that was 4 bitches to my 6.
Dude, I don't. Your bitches don't even make sense.
They make perfect sense.
They make 0 sense. You pulled it right out of your ass cheeks and you put it on the table.
Dude,
that's what you
we
did.
gotta get you some help, man. You keep talking about assholes today. You
yeah,
all right?
I eat ass. I eat ass. Is there a problem with that? They call me the booty bandit.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with eating ass.
All right, man. You eat your ass.
Ain't
all
nothing
right?
wrong with
you're
eating
you're
ass.
in Shane's dream
Eating
world.
ass.
Okay, you can eat ass here if you want.
Ass Ty Lee.
It's okay. What's up, girl?
How you doing?
How you
doing? There's a cosplayer who looks just like her. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
They cosplay Ty Lee a lot.
There's another girl I used to follow on TikTok who looked like her, and she did one cosplay like at the beginning of her TikTok career. She did a lot of Ty Lee cosplay, and then she just stopped doing cosplay and just started being a hot chick on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I will say, before we land this plane, I just want to throw a PSA out there for TikTok. There's something fucking super satisfying about whores getting on TikTok and them doing whore activities,
and then stopping,
and then doing whore activities and getting 5 likes. Like something about that's pleasing to me
because it's not common.
Yep, because it's like, haha, you thought you were just gonna get on here and just be a whore, and everybody's gonna follow you. Now you're a whore for 7 people. How does that feel, you whore?
Right.
Big fan.
Unfortunate.
Big fan. I'm a big fan of when they whore themselves out for 7 likes.
Well, and that's like the whore ones, because there's people who do it right in the cosplay realm, and then there's people who do it as like whores. You know, there's a clear difference.
There is a very clear difference. Yep. But all right, let's go ahead and land this plane. You got anything you wanted to add before we get out of here?
No, just that we're gonna hit y'all up next episode with Korra. So we'll cover Legend of Korra next.
Yes, sir.
And again, this was a general review. This isn't anything super specific to the show. We loved it. We enjoyed it as kids, and that's why we talked about it. We'll be bringing it up in other episodes briefly. But also, don't forget, again, as we say every single show, like and subscribe. We are growing slowly but surely. We're growing a little bit faster on TikTok than every other platform, so definitely take some time to check that out if you're interested in those short form clips. We do short form clips on YouTube as well, so keep it up with there. And then also comment down below, man. We're that's the one thing that we're missing.
We say it every time.
And we're getting that on TikTok, which is cool. So let's keep that going.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoy you guys coming at me. I always thought I knew they'd come at you.
Right.
I never really
more of an outsider.
Yeah, I never really thought they'd come at me so hard for my opinions.
Right.
But they're coming in troves, if you will.
Yeah. I think it's because of how absolute you are. You just don't 100%. Give any leeway.
None.
For any of your opinions. So that makes sense. You're an ass. That's what that means.
Usually,
anyway.
Try to be.
But again, comment down below. If you made it this far through the video, by all means, fucking comment, dude.
Yep. We want to talk.
Fucking...
We like to respond. So if you throw something respond worthy, we get in there. We get back at you. Remember, we're growing this for nothing. So interaction, baby, interaction.
Right, growing it from nothing, and we don't care if you disagree. We don't like that. We do not give a fuck. It is not a big deal. You're not gonna make us stay up late at night. We don't care. If you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, you don't agree. Just put it down there. Yep. So that's all of what I have to say, and that's what I always say.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day. Whatever time you're listening to it, have a good one. We out.
We out. Deuces.